Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how you can create audience within Matomo in order to export them into Google Ads for remarketing purposes. So I never used this technique, I'm just assuming that this is correct. I looked at the different source of information that we can find over here, and as far as I understood, it's not that complicated because it's all dealing with are you collecting the right information or not. So I know ChatGPT is probably not the best source of information, but to me, I think it's way better than the chaotic documentation of Google Ads, which is super difficult for me to find the right information. So, as far as I understood, this is what Google needs to have. It needs to have at least an email address and a phone number. And if you dig more into the documentation of Google Ads, typically what it needs at the end of the day is a user ID. And what they call a user ID is an identifier which can be matched within the internal system of Google Ads. So it's either you use, for example, device ID number, so the one which is proper to your smartphone. Either you use the user ID, but if you use the user ID of your website, it needs as well to be able to match it with the user ID of the Google Ads conversion script. So you will need to add over here the user ID. And thanks to this given user ID, it will be able to map the two of them and then be able to match them up. And that's exactly the same concept with the email address, or I guess the phone number. So here, I think you are getting all the information which are needed in order to get started, which means like you need to collect, to me at least, PII within Matomo. Okay, so by default, if you look at your Matomo, you won't get those PII because probably you didn't set the user ID feature within your website. So for this, you need to insert the user ID tracking code. So you need to have an integration or development team in order to get the user ID appearing over here. I can make kind of a short demo of what this user ID will look like if I add it. So for example, we're going to take this given website over here, and I'm just going to force the measurement of the user ID. So I'm just going to pick up over here this given script, which is matomo.php id site rank equal 1. Okay, so I'm just going to take this. Okay, I'm just going to go over here, and it's going to be, instead of index, it's going to be matomo.php. Matomo.php, and then it's going to be for id site rank. And the UID, I'm gonna give it my first name, or it can be any other thing. Could be as well my phone number, as I say, or an email address. Let's go for an email address. So let's say Ranan at ranan.com. Okay, that's gonna be my my email address. So that's the user ID if I want to be able to map it with something else. So as you can see here now, we have, let's say, my user ID. What if I would like to add the phone number? Well, in that case, that would be more like a custom dimension, because in the user ID, you cannot put several information. So here, that's going to be at the visit level, because I don't want this phone number to be sent multiple times. So it's going to be phone. Okay, I activated it. And then what we are getting is the ID number 8. So I think it's custom dimension CD equal 8 something. Hold on, I'm just gonna go back over here, just gonna play a test to see how it can be measured with. Okay, don't remember. So tracking API Matomo. Tracking API Matomo. And then I'm just gonna grab the structure for a custom dimension. So it's dimension 8 in my case, okay. And dimension 8 equal, and I'm gonna put like a random phone number. Okay, so like 0, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. So normally what is happening right now is like I have for this given visitor the user ID plus a phone number. So to say you have everything in order to be able to get my data feed for Google Ads. Okay, that's the thing. Then the next big thing is about how can I get my data feed? So in fact, I think the whole purpose of the import within Google Ads is to be able to extract only the valuable people in who have a user ID and a phone number. So typically you go over here, you create your segment, you call it like audience for Google Ads, okay? Audience for Google Ads, that's going to be your segment. It is defined by people who have a user ID, okay? So is not empty, I guess. Okay, it's not empty. And probably I can leave it here. That's already enough in my case. And then we can just apply it. Okay, so normally I should get only one, but imagine that I would have got several. And I could, of course, have add additional, let's say, attributes over here in order to say, okay, I wish I have a user ID plus they went on this page plus they have some from these devices and so on and so forth. Okay, now I got it correctly. So I can start to export the data. What we're going to notice here is like we are not getting the data as we wish because there are way too many columns compared to what we really need to export in Google Ads. So here you can play with different filters such as the show columns one in order to just get the user ID. So if I just go for it, I will see that there's the user ID, but as well there's the custom dimension. So I could just go and pick up. So this is the user ID and then so user ID and then custom dimension is going to be 02 something. We said 23. Oh no, phone 02. Okay. Okay, so dimension 8, which is over here. So if I go for and show columns equal user ID and dimension 8, I should, I guess, get close to what I'm looking for. So here it's not grabbing the dimension 8. I don't know why, but let's open it up back. So dimension, set dimension 8. Dimension 8. So to me, everything looks correct. I'm not 100% sure why it's not getting it. So okay, I'm just going to try one last thing and show columns. Because it's a comma, which need to be added. Okay, and then you get it. So now you have your data feed exactly for what you need. So you can just get it as a CSV, and then you can import it within Google Ads. Not that here maybe those those headings will not be suitable for Google Ads. So you may have to modify them. There's no easy way to do this within Matomo because the name which are taken over here are from the Matomo core, so there's no way that you can make it otherwise. But what you could technically do is like change them by hands, or even I think it would be difficult to create a plugin to fix those out. But just to let you know, it may not be that difficult to export those lists from Matomo into Google Ads. You could also I've used a custom report to get exactly the same results. You could have went into here into custom report, and then you could have created a custom report with the custom dimension 8 and with the user ID. So that should have been possible as well, but it would have required, of course, an additional metric, so which means that you would have need to clean up your data feed, but I'm not even sure that it would have been an issue, because you can, in fact, when you import the data feed into Google Ads, it's going to tell you if you are giving too much information or not enough information. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.